They try and test different kinds of mixtures of soil.
It's super soft. What would happen if we chose to make our wall just out of cement? It's incredibly strong. It's just really expensive and unnecessary. What's the difference between these two? How did we get this fine? And we only take the finer particles. What's wrong with having larger particles?
First, they're exposed to what different kinds of soil are.
This is unsieved red soil. River sand, M sand, some of it is piled up over there.
இப்போ நம்ம பசங்களுக்கு புதுசாக ஒரு மெத்தடில் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுறோன்னா எர்த் ஆர்கிடெக்சர்னு சொல்லி நம்ம ஃபார்மில் உள்ள சாயில் எடுத்து பிளாக் சாயில் எடுத்து இங்கே பக்கத்தில் கிடைச்ச ரெட் சாயில் எடுத்து farm work set பண்ணுறோம்.
To make these layers, what are we going to do? We're going to mix these up in what seems like the correct ratio.
They try various combinations of soil.
Is this dry enough to ram? How do you tell if it's wet enough? I'm not going to tell you the answer.
There is measurement, there is the quality of the soil.
சாயில் சாம்பிள் எடுத்து மிக்ஸ் பண்ணி வச்சுருப்பாங்க. அந்த சாயில் சாம்பிளை பார்த்து எது நல்லா இருக்குன்னு பார்த்து அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி ஒரு ரேஷியோ சொல்லுவோம்.
First, they're exposed to what different kinds of soil are, and they try various combinations of soil.
For example, 6 part red soil, or 1/2 M sand, 1/2 river sand, 1 part cement, 1 part water னு சொன்னோம்னா அது எல்லாத்தையும் எடுத்து மிக்ஸ் பண்ணி அவங்க dry mix ரெடி பண்ணுவாங்க இதெல்லாம் எடுத்து.
We're going to measure exactly how much we put in each place, and we're going to ram it until it's done ramming. So we basically also keep measuring that it is maintaining the dimensions that we want it to maintain. Otherwise, it'll just, even with the rods, it'll just start getting a little bit wider and wider. And as we're using the formwork, we're also going to keep an eye on making sure it's straight. Filters this out because we don't want plants growing from inside our wall. This is red soil. That's a very simple answer. No, nothing. I didn't ask anything. I just want you to pay attention.
That's cement and normal sand.
Okay, what's the difference between river sand and beach sand?
All rocks are broken down from river sand.
Texturally, that's very nice. It's very refined. It's a lot smoother because that helps in holding cement together. But we also want some that's a little bit rough. That's the M sand that's over there. We'll use some of that as well. It's actually illegal to be using river sand for stuff.
Oh, that was right.
That was 3 things. Why are you saying 4?
They do soil testing. The mix of soil has to be accurately measured and mixed, and there's a method in which they test the mixing. The whole thing is a lot of planning.
For example, he told the whole height of the thing is 5.25. He told me the height of the clay is 4.15 and 5.25. So I'm like subtracting both, and I'm getting value. So I'll value the value, find the percentage, and I'm doing it for each and every single element like clay, silt, and sand. So yeah, that's the task I'm supposed to do now. Like what's really in the soil more. Like some people like I was really confused about like which element is predominant in soil, but now I probably understand which element is more predominant. For example, like he said in black soil, clay is the most predominant element of all. But then he said it differs in every single soil. Like she said every soil is like a different predominant element. So I guess I can find out which element is predominant in all. River soil, red and black, but we didn't do black because he said there's too much clay and it didn't really settle well. So we're just doing river and red soil now.
We're calculating the volume of this bowl. We use like a clear bottle with measurements, pour water in, and then we found out that this was 400 milliliters. And then we poured in 200 milliliters, and then we marked how much above the water line, 200 milliliters and 100 milliliters. So once we mark it, we can measure how much sand. So we regulate the volume of the sand because we need accurate measurements.
And how will that help you in figuring out what are you trying to arrive at?
Because we're trying to experiment composition, trying to experiment with different compositions. We don't want to like eyeball it. We want to make it each perfect. So precise.
We need to make 4 layers with different compositions. So for each layer, we need like different like compositions of each sand, like cement, river sand, and sand. So to do that, for it to be very precise, we need the measurement.
What will you do with the bottle?
You will measure water and put it in, and then you
measure water in the bottle and you'll put it in.
Yeah, you measure the amount of water you put, and then you pour it in. You see how much is actually filled, and then you can find out exactly how much it is.
Yeah, but we want to find out exactly how many ml this is.
You have to measure something and then pour it in and see how much of it actually gets filled. Just don't change the bottle. Okay.
Can you also like mark out half a quarter on one of these bottles? Yeah. Okay, so there's 3 of you. One of you mark out half a quarter. You can like finish your calculations. the other can like sort of get some red soil, black soil, get some stuff over here. You guys are going to be working on the floor.
Other expectations of us.
Our soil tests, jar tests didn't really show what we wanted them to show. We're supposed to show a visible difference in layers of clay at the top, silt in the middle, and sand at the bottom. But it looked fairly uniform. We're just wondering why that might be. Obviously, we got them to sort of like choose how much water, roughly how they wanted to do it, and shake it up. But it seems like it didn't have enough time, one, or there wasn't enough water and there was too much material in there. So now I wanted them to feel it. Some of them asked earlier, Nafis asked earlier if he could feel it. When we feel it, we can tell very clearly that it's not really resolved at all. It doesn't feel clay uniformly anywhere, it doesn't feel sandy uniformly anywhere. So I think basically we didn't use enough water and it's not really separated. Maybe more time it could have been different. There's too much sand blocking all these grooves. This one we could feel that it hadn't resolved into any layers at all. Just take some off the top. Don't go deep. What is this?
Not clay enough.
No, very
So
watery, liquidy.
Yeah, this also can feel lots of silt.
Oh, this when you go
with the
deep
clay.
enough, it feels like a little clay.
Oh, more clay, but not.
You go really deep.
Yeah, even the first one. So yeah, none of it has really like resolved.
Black soil hasn't. Is it just black soil or all of them?
No, even the other red soil was like
Black
this.
soil.
So yeah, we're gonna try and redo these tests.
Where are we throwing it?
Just down.
Sir, you're throwing it.
The way we also offer these programs to the children, both farming and natural building, there's a fair amount of exploration, thinking about why we're doing things, can we do it differently, children coming up with their suggestions too, working with the staff here is an important aspect of the design of the program. So.
There's a lot of math in that. And there's ratio in that, there's proportion in that. So, and there's physical measuring of these proportions in that.